Hey guys, it's Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Workshop Wednesday. Today is all about the SCX6 and this other beast, the Gensace Bashing Series 15,000 milliamp 3S pack. Now, when it comes to my Workshop Wednesday videos, I try to keep them short and to the point. I was headed out with the SCX6 about a week ago, and I knew that I was going into the trails just to do kind of some fun driving. I wanted to get some cool shots of the truck, some cool rolling shots. And it was more about that than it was actually guys driving it and, you know, finding obstacles and technical, you know, climbs and stuff like that. I just really wanted to kind of do a fun video of the truck. So I had charged up my 15,000 milliamp pack, knowing that I was going to have tons and tons of runtime. Went up to the top of my street, drove it around again, guys, for about an hour and a half. Got home, and I think when I put my little cell checker on, I was sitting around 4.7-ish, 4.8, 4.9 in there volts per cell for this battery. So I still had a lot of runtime left. Now at that point, I took the truck, I cleaned it up, cleaned up the tires because they were pretty nasty, and I put it back on the shelf. I think at that point, guys, had put the battery back in the truck, knowing that I was going to be going out again. But what ended up happening was we decided to go to the camp for the weekend, and my wife was like, you know, why don't you bring one of your trucks with you? And I was like, you know, we're gonna have things to do down there, and there was an event going on. And she's like, yeah, but you know, with all the trails and stuff, she's like, you might have fun with the SCX6. Now, at that point, I was kind of shocked. She gave me a look, kind of gave me a wink, because she actually knew what the SCX6 was. So at that point, I kind of loved her a little bit more and decided to come down and grab the SCX6. Now, we were packing up at that point. I didn't even charge the battery or anything like that. I just left the battery that I had already in it, and we headed to the camp. Now, after being there, so after the hour and a half runtime plus, I would say maybe 15 minutes going up and down the street, I still drove the truck for probably a good 2.5 hours at the camp. We drove it in trails. We just drove it around the park. We had other people that I didn't know who wanted to drive it. And when I got home, I think I was finally, guys, probably somewhere in the range of almost 4 hours of runtime. And I think the battery at that point was sitting around 3.7-ish volts in there somewhere. So an absolute monster amount of runtime. Now I've got quite a bit of LEDs. I've got the roof rack LEDs going on, and I have plans for more lights, for more kind of goofy things. So that was one of the reasons, guys, why I had picked up this battery. Now I got this battery when I bought my SCX6 Honcho. And it was always kind of my thing to run smaller batteries when I was doing something technical, to use the side pods here. And then when I was going to go out on the trail and do kind of a long walk, a long run, that's when I would use the 15,000. Now that never happened because I ended up trading the SCX6 Honcho to a buddy of mine who just really wanted it, and he made me a deal that I kind of couldn't turn up or pass on. So I ended up trading the truck, but I got this one when I traded my Savage for it. A buddy of mine really wanted my Savage, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'll get this truck back. So having that big 3S pack, I knew that I was going to get out and do more than just the rock crawling that I had done with the Honcho. Actually, if you even remember those videos, guys, I ended up breaking some of my buddy's course. We ended up cracking some of, I don't know if it was the concrete or whatever he used to kind of make some of the mounds and stuff like that. This thing came down one time on the bumper, or my Honcho, sorry, came down and actually cracked some of it. So I always kind of had in mind with this truck, with the Jeep body, that I just wanted something that was going to be fun on the trails, that I was going to drive around, but at the same time, something that when I do take out, that I planned on going for a while. I wanted to take a nice walk, whether I was with the kids or whatever. So going out the last, almost, guys, a week, because I was out during the week and then I was out on the weekend with it, running that 15,000, and to get, again, guys, somewhere in the range, I would say maybe 3.5 to 4 hours of runtime with this system. This is only a 4S ESC, so it's not a huge amperage ESC, but it does have a big motor in it, and running the lights and everything like I mentioned. I was, guys, really impressed with that. And again, I actually did not hit LVC. We were done, and I packed up the truck and brought it home. On that note, what was sort of funny was after the first run of this truck, so after me just taking it out because I wanted to take it for a run, drove it up the street, I actually had got an email from one of my friends at Gensace telling me that they're actually going to be having a promotion on this battery. And they were like, do you have one? Or do you have, I don't know if they asked me, do I have a set or do I have one? I don't remember. And I was like, actually, yeah, I do. I got one, I think maybe about a year ago from you for my Honcho. And they were like, well, we're going to have a promotion coming up. So what's going to happen, guys, right now, you're seeing this video, obviously, guys, it's Wednesday morning if you're watching it right away. This, I believe, Friday or Saturday, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's the 29th. They are going to be having a clearance sale on these beasts. And I might, guys, fingers crossed, I don't 100% know yet, fingers crossed, I may even have a giveaway. I don't know 100% yet, but fingers crossed, if I do, you'll see it in the next few days. I may even have, guys, a giveaway for these batteries. So stay tuned to the channel to find out if that's coming. Watch me, check me out on Instagram, or maybe even in the post section here on YouTube, because I might have it there too. But either way, guys, that battery, that Gensace 3S bashing 15,000 milliamp 100C discharge rate, is an absolute beast and perfect. If, you know, I'm not going to say, guys, if you're going out to do something super technical with your SCX6, you know what? Yeah, it's better to have the smaller batteries, have them sitting up forward. I'm not going to sit there and tell you to run this thing. However, if you are also, which I know a lot of us do with the SCX6, if you are planning on going out for those nice trail walks that, you know, you find kind of obstacles and smaller things to go over, when I put this battery in, the truck didn't even phase. It's not like it sagged or anything like that. It just took it. So it's definitely, guys, if you're looking for a long runtime and you only want to run one battery, that is the way to go. On that note, guys, like I mentioned, it's Workshop Wednesday. It's meant to be a short video, so stay tuned. You will either see on Gensace's website their clearance sale. I'll leave a link to all that in the description. But also, guys, stay tuned to the channel, stay tuned to Instagram, and I'll let you know if, in fact, I'm going to be able to do a giveaway. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, because the full running video, guys, will be coming hopefully within the next week or so. I'll be able to put that together. But yeah, as always, if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe and have a great day.